Hey guys, it's Britt. It's been forever since I've vlogged. It's been crazy. Between self-isolating and just being downright lazy, like I think I haven't put out a vlog in 2+ months, which is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry about that. I actually have some old footage that I'll probably start uploading next week as things start to progress. Anyway, theme parks are starting to open in Orlando. Today is June 3rd and Universal is having a pass holder preview. Universal is technically opening on June 5th, but for June 3rd and 4th, they are letting pass holders in. And basically they're testing out all their measures before they have real guests come into the park. So I saw a couple of measures taken so far. Firstly, face masks for everybody, which is to be completely expected, although it's kind of like torture. It's not even that hot today and I feel so hot in this mask. How you medical professionals do this on a daily basis, I don't know how you do it, but you do it well. They were parking the cars every other spot, so everybody had a 6-foot distance with their cars, which is really nice. I mean, I know they probably won't upkeep that forever, but I feel more confident that people aren't gonna hit my car, so that's cool. They also have a bunch of signs in English and in Spanish telling you the general rules of the park.
You must practice social distancing and keep at least 6 feet or 2 meters between your travel party and others.
They also broadcast it over in the parking lot, telling you what the general rules are, all that kind of stuff. They do temperature checks, which I got here super early, so the line wasn't long. But in all honesty, the temperature checks were super quick. You just pretty much step up. They have one of those that read it like right here so it doesn't touch anybody. They also have 6-foot markers on the ground. They're painted on instead of stickers, which kind of surprised me. It definitely shows that these measures are going to be a little bit more temporary than what we like. So they're definitely here to stick around for a little while. So far, I think Universal's done a great job from what I've seen in trying to keep social distancing. The only area where they're kind of lacking is security. They only have those little markers on the ground as you get closer to the conveyor belts for security. So security was not at all social distance. I think Universal's trying really hard to keep everybody safe and keep everyone as healthy as possible. So I feel really confident about them reopening so far. I think we're gonna hit up Islands of Adventure's first day, see what that's like. I've missed Hagrid like crazy, oh my God. I've wanted to go on that ride so badly, and Jurassic Park. So I think those are the 2 rides that we have to prioritize today. So let's head on over to Islands of Adventure and have some fun. And even at the food kiosks, there are social distancing lines.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. That was cute. One thing that I didn't film is that they cleaned the turnstiles before people touched them, which was really cool. I will say, it's hard to judge crowd level at this point. I feel like it's significantly lower than usual. But because of social distancing measures, it's really hard to tell. Like for now, they're only using every other turnstile, and obviously everybody's spaced 6 feet apart. I do think it's better to get in a little bit earlier if you can get here early. I do expect admission to take a little bit extra time just because of those measures, because there's less turnstiles and all that jazz. But overall, the experience of going in wasn't bad. And they got rid of the finger point scan, which I'm not surprised with, but was super weird. So one thing I absolutely love is Universal is still having their early admission into Universal Studios. So if you are a hotel guest, or if you are a Premier Pass holder, you can still get into Universal an hour early. So I appreciate they haven't gotten rid of that perk. But now it's time to hit up Hagrid's. And looks like water fountains at a commission. I'm sure if you go to the counter service, they'll probably give you a free cup of water, but I prefer to bring my own bottled beverages anyway. First snafu of the day. Looks like Hagrid's is only functioning on a virtual queue basis at this point, and there's no spots available, despite the fact the park has only been open for 5 minutes. So if you want to join the virtual line, you're going to hit the Universal app. And when you're on the Universal app, you're going to click the Rides button. you're gonna click on Hagrid's. After it pops up, you'll click on it. And you're gonna click virtual line pass, and as you can see, there's no return times. Supposedly, more times are gonna open up throughout the day. I don't know how that's going to work. Not gonna lie, I'm a little annoyed. I kind of wish I knew that this would be the case beforehand, because I might not have waited an hour to get into the park to ride Hagrid's. So bear that in mind. It's all virtual queue now, and getting here early doesn't really help. Don't like it. And even in the bathroom, they are having you socially distance by sink. And they have socially distanced spots for the stage show in Hogsmeade. As I was coming over the bridge in between Hogwarts and Jurassic Park, I could see the new roller coaster. That looks like a big boy. I like it. I feel it's super close to Hogsmeade. Definitely encroaching on that territory. And we definitely have some construction work going on today. Okay, so not only am I having trouble reserving a virtual line queue for Hagrid's, I'm also having trouble doing it for almost every other ride in the park. So this is for Gringotts on the other side, and this is what it looks like. You increase your guest amount to this, and you pick your time, and it doesn't work. I sat down, closed the app, reopened it, and I was able to get a return time for Gringotts, which, when you get one, it looks like this, and they scan you to let you in. Now I just need to work on Hagrid's. And so 2 people are currently on Jurassic Park, which makes it super easy to social distance. Since there's virtually no one on Jurassic Park right now, I'm gonna hit up Kong and then head back. Just as a general rule of thumb, Kong tends to be the second busiest ride in this park, with the first being Hagrid. And here we go. So Kong is listed as having a virtual queue on the app. I tried to get a reserve time and there wasn't one, but they're letting you into this one, so score 1. Markers to stand while you're waiting.
Attention, this is a safety advisory.
Hello.
Expedition
One.
riders. Due to difficult travel conditions on the island.
So they give you both hand sanitizer and your goggles before you go on this ride. And they make sure to remind you, this does not get to come off. And it looks like they're seating every other row, with your party being the only person in your row. So good to know. I really shouldn't have worn makeup today. It really seeps through on the mask. Live and learn. So Kong was pretty much the same. The people that usually jump out at you at the queue were not there. I don't know if it's because it's 9 o'clock in the morning or social distancing practices. I'm more inclined to think social distancing. Actually, an odd consequence of having to wear a face mask is I found that my goggles fogged up. I don't know if that's a me problem or if it was just that part of the ride, but they fogged up and it made it hard to see, so didn't expect that. But they still had the same water effect, so I guess they're just keeping everything the same except for all the social distancing stuff. So good to know the rides aren't really changing. I think it's time to hit up Jurassic Park. On the way to Jurassic Park, more reserve times came out for the virtual queue for Hagrid, but the app didn't work and I wasn't able to get one. So I'll keep checking throughout the day, but this is probably my #1 frustration right now. I'm hoping it's just like a bug thing. It's the first time they're doing it, so there's errors in the system, but it really needs to be better than what it is. Same markings. And again, loading every other row. And I see a footprint on the seat, so I don't think they're cleaning. And face masks are optional on water rides.
Get the start there, folks. These gentle giants pose no threat to
And in the source, they also have the social distancing lines. And you are a good 3-4 feet away from the cover. And it looks like you can still purchase the dryer if you want. So again, Jurassic Park wasn't different either. Exactly the same ride. So it's the same ride experiences. Just different forms of queuing, I guess. And less people on your ride, which, let's be honest, sometimes that's actually a really good thing. I've been on Jurassic Park before where I was the only person there. It just looked like I was the only one that survived a dinosaur attack. Not gonna lie. Awesome picture. And I think I'm gonna hit up a ride that I never do, which is Dudley Do Right. I will be honest, Universal water rides get you wet, like really wet, which is usually why I avoid them, because I don't like walking around wet all day. But it's June. It's about time we hit these up.
One rider per seat. And 5 riders per
My mask is wet, and it makes it kind of yucky to breathe into. I should have brought another mask. I thought Universal would be selling masks, like up the ante, but I haven't seen any yet. I mean, I was already sweating into my mask, but now I've got tap water or whatever refined water they have on their water rides in my mask now. So it's a fun experience. By the way, anytime you see me filming on water rides, I put a sandwich bag over my camera, and that's my way of getting water footage. I have a GoPro. I just don't like carrying around 2 cameras, although that would probably be the smarter approach to do. Clearly I'm not smart. And near every restroom, Universal is putting these signs to pretty much direct you to wash your hands. Although they've been giving out hand sanitizer every time you go on a ride, which I think is beyond awesome. We need to do that more often. I really love that. And this is what they're doing for character meets. That's pretty cool. By the way, I still find it weird that Spider-Man is here when it's a Marvel property owned by Disney. I still haven't gotten over that. Does anyone else find it weird? Leave a comment down below on how you feel about that. I feel like it's cross-contamination. And with 20 minutes, this is the longest line I've seen so far. And again, looks like the cast members give you the glasses.
You're taking a dive.
Yes, again, Super Goo.
Happy landing!
No!
We're gonna die! So that 20-minute wait, really close to the 10. So wait times are not too bad right now. It's only 11 o'clock, so the park's been open for 2 hours. And we've been able to hit up a decent amount of rides. So Universal is definitely practicing some really good crowd control. So I think I'm gonna hit up Hulk. It's goodbye for now. In regards to the lockers, they have 2 lines. To the right is where you go to drop off items, and to the left is where you go to pick up. Basically, you stand in the line you need, and then the cast members direct you to where you need to go. They tell you what locker number you're going to take, and that's about it. Or I should say locker section. And then they have markers to keep you 6 feet apart. My #1 tip for the Hulk, having lanyard. You can't bring anything on the Hulk, not even your phone. So because of that, if you don't have a lanyard, you'll have to put your park ticket in your pocket, which in my opinion is quite precarious. I don't want my park ticket to be in my pocket, especially if I have things in a locker. So just for safety, I always bring a lanyard. The Hulk social distancing protocols were kind of interesting. First and foremost, despite the fact that you can't use the water fountains in the park, you can use the water fountains in the ride, which I think is good. And then they seat you just like every other ride, every other row. But with the difference with Hulk is they seat the front and the back row. So in my instance, they seated rows 1, 3, 5, and 8. So they skipped 2 in a row, so you could get either back or front if you wanted. I thought it was a really nice touch. I'm gonna be honest, having a face mask on Hulk was very, very challenging. I felt like I couldn't breathe on the ride because it kept pushing it up. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm really challenged now with this mask. Like, I feel like I can't breathe and I really need a break. And it's not that hot today, which we're very lucky about that. But man, it's hard to breathe. So I think I'll probably try to get a snack or something so that way I have an excuse to take off the mask. Because it is suffocating wearing it all day. And this is the rest area where you do not need to wear a face cover. So this puppy is coming off. It's coming off. Oh my God, I feel like I can breathe. It feels good. Like freedom. And the nice thing is like this area, you don't have to wait to get in, which is nice. So I realized I forgot to mention, Hulk was a 75-minute wait. I didn't realize that until after I put my things in the locker and I said, screw it, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I figured I already put my stuff in, so I'm not going back. The wait was really closer to 40 minutes. So either they're overestimating times on purpose, or if even Universal hasn't quite figured out how social distancing and lines have worked yet. So don't let queue times scare you at this point. I just don't think they're able to get accurate wait times yet, which is probably why they're doing this pass holder preview, just to get a better idea of how long things take. And just to provide some context, here is where you enter the park, and that is where the rest area is. So basically, once you walk in, you can't miss it. Or if you're trying to leave, you can't miss it. And I think I'm gonna get a snack at Green Eggs and Ham because frankly, this place is rarely ever open. So I decided to go with the Green Eggs and Ham Tots, as well as try the Nutella s'mores because that just sounded amazing. And if you don't have the app on your phone, the Universal Orlando app, they have these signs out with the QR code, which will lead you to the virtual queue, which I have yet to become a part of, so I don't think we'll be riding Hagrid's today, which I'm super bummed about. For a review on lunch, first off, for a place that only really serves tater tots, super slow. It took me about 20 minutes to get my tater tots, and there was only like 8 people in front of me, so it was kind of ridiculous. The tater tots themselves were really good, and the cheese sauce, the white cheese sauce, was also very good. The Green Eggs and Ham part, not so much, which was a little disappointing given the name of the restaurant. The Nutella s'mores was also pretty good. I do recommend splitting that with somebody. It is very sweet, almost sickly sweet. I think it's time to head over to Universal, head over to the other side. I'm going to take the train, which is something I very rarely do, mostly because walking is always faster. But I have time to kill, so I'm gonna do it. Okay, so the Hogwarts Express is currently at a 55-minute wait. We'll see how accurate that is, because like I said, wait times have not been accurate today. Everybody gets a cart on the train, but the loading is different. So even numbers have to stand further back than odd numbers. By the way, that 55-minute was about 15-20 minutes, so it wasn't even close. Here we go. I got the window seat. Who knew when you're by yourself, you always get the window seat? It's amazing. It's like magic. I love that ride. It's adorable. It's worth 15 minutes, but not 55. My time for my virtual queue for Gringotts is now up. I can't really record doing that because I'll have to put you away, but I'm going to show you how you pull up your QR code so that way they can scan it and then you can get on the ride. So you're going to click the Universal app. Then I'm going to click Universal because that's the park I'm at. This is the ride. I have the QR code. So I'm going to click it. Here it tells me I have my virtual pass from 110 to 140. Okay, and there's my QR code. So you just pull that up, they scan it, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'll check back in with you guys after I've freed the dragon. So just like the Hulk, they also have a locker system here. Basically, you wait online, the cast member tells you where to go, and you put your stuff in. They actually give you a ticket at this particular location because when you get off the ride, you get online to get your locker. So basically, I guess it's just to help you remember your number, but it's a very effective system. They closed off the entrance to the gift shop through the ride, so you have to go through the normal entrance to get through there. So it's a much less hard process than it actually is normally. The ride itself was almost identical, except there was no pre-show and no elevator sequence. So you just literally walked onto the ride. I actually waited longer for a locker than I did for the ride. I think I maybe waited 5-7 minutes to get on the ride, so that was beautiful. And let me tell you, I love having an entire row to myself because my arms got to open wide and I was in the back, so I felt like I was flying. Jack, I was flying. It was incredible. I highly recommend to go by yourself when you can because it was really cool. Fastest I've ever been on this ride, so virtual queue really did help with Gringotts because that was just awesome. I imagine it's a similar experience with Hagrid, but I don't think I'll be able to experience that opportunity today. Hello. And I don't think I've ever seen this deal before. Kind of crazy. You really should be able to get the interactive one if you want it. Just saying. Right now with a lot of these stores, especially in Harry Potter where they're usually really busy and they're small stores to begin with, there's one entrance and one exit, so be mindful of that. In all honesty, this is the least busiest I've seen these stores in a very long time. And here's Shrek doing his version of meet and greet now. That's a cute little spot for him. And obviously they put Shrek in front of his own show, which surprisingly is still happening. Good to know. I imagine just like Gringotts, Shrek probably skips their pre-show. I imagine almost every ride and show here that have a pre-show where people are smushed together in one room is no longer happening. So kind of good, kind of bad. Kind of good because you just want to get to the ride, and kind of bad because those pre-shows really do add to the magic. They really do add to the story. And they are cleaning the turnstiles as people are leaving today. Overall, today was a really good day. It was pretty fun. It was definitely a new experience. Experiencing a theme park post-COVID. Well, not really post-COVID because it's still going on, but you know, post-shutdown. I did learn a few things. Number one, bring more than one mask. Your mask will get dirty, smelly, and wet. I've had lunch here for a couple hours now. Number two, don't wear makeup in a mask because the makeup just gets all over the mask and really there's no point. Eye makeup seems okay, but other than that, don't do makeup. The thing that I found interesting today is that the park's numbers were definitely limited. It was definitely more enjoyable that way. I feel like this is the amount of people that's supposed to generally be here, but they overflood the park for obvious reasons. A lot of the wait times were really short. It was really enjoyable. In all honesty, most of the time the longest waits were food, which I'm hoping that's a situation of them getting back into the flow of things rather than how things are normally gonna be. The only downside I have to say is that there were a number of rides that you could only get on using virtual queue. I'm gonna put a list of those rides right here. There are a lot of rides I just didn't get to go on because I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for this virtual queue. You may not get to all the top rides in one day, even if all the wait times are short. So it's a little disappointing, but what can you do? I have an annual pass, so I'll be back. Now the big question is, do I recommend you coming here during this time? And the answer really depends on your situation. If you're a local with an annual pass who comes here all the time, I don't feel these measures really impede upon the park experience. I think there are some difficulties like the mask. I find the mask to be suffocating and it's not a hot day today, so I can only imagine what it's like in 95-degree weather. But that definitely is a challenge. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like you can get my full facial expressions when I have the mask on. I like to be annoying and obnoxious, and this this doesn't allow me to do that. So not only can I not breathe in it, I just can't be me, which is sad. If you're coming here for your once-in-a-lifetime vacation, these measures are something to consider. They don't impede upon your time, but they are extra hassles. Either way, today was a great day, and I'll be definitely coming back here sometime soon because Disney's still not open. So I might need some more Universal fun. Don't forget, you can find me as Britt's Tidbits on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. This is Britt, ending today's chapter.